Hello friends, you are watching ERUDIRE Plus, the professional CAD/CAM solution provider. Let's get started.
Hello viewers, today I'll show modeling of a motor radiator of a quad rotor using SolidWorks. In this modeling you will learn a lot of things like offset, extrude boss base, linear pattern, circular pattern, etc. So let us start this one from parts. Let us provide smart dimension to this one. Features, revolve boss base. We can rotate this one with respect to the central line. Grain check. Let us make the shell thickness to be 5 mm. New sketch is created. Let us select the normal view of this top plane and we can draw one straight line from here. Let us measure the angle in between these straight lines. Let the angle be 10 degree. Grain check. Next one we want to make a mirror of this line with respect to the central line. Mirror entities. Select the line to be mirrored with respect to the central line. The mirror is made. Green check. Now select some more cycles to the top plane. Next to that, we want to have 3 more patterns of this type on the top plane using circular pattern, circular sketch pattern. You have to select the central axis as this one. Now we want to have 3 numbers of patterns on the top plane. Let us select the objects to be patterned. Selected. Green check. Next to that, we want to cut some unwanted lines using trim entities. Let us cut all the lines excluding one pattern. Let us rotate this one a little bit. Now we want to make an offset entities of these things at some distance away from the top plane. So from features, we have to make an extrude boss base with offset plane from the top plane. We are selecting the top plane to be as offset plane, and from the top plane we are offsetting that sketch with a distance of 2.5 mm and the depth of offset to be again 2.5 mm. Now select the sketch that we offset from top side 2.5 mm and we are not merging the result. Let us offset this one from top plane by 5 mm. And the depth of extrusion to be 2.5 mm. Green check. It is done. Next to that, we want to modify the object which was extruded. So for selecting that extruded object, you have to make the main object hidden. Now we can provide some kind of fillet at both the extreme ends. Select the top face. Now the second face should be selected. Finally the third face, that is the bottom part, should be selected. Green check. Now the other end also should be selected for this round fillet. Selecting the top face. Now the second face should be selected. Finally the bottom face for providing round corner at the other extreme end. Done. Green check. You can rotate this one to see the complete view of this extruded portion. Now you can see the initial object. So this was the initial object and we have extruded this portion. Now what we want to have a linear pattern of all these things. So selecting linear pattern, direction is required. The direction of this one should be taken from any straight line. Let us select the previous object and we're considering this one as the direction. With respect to this line, we can have a linear pattern of all these things. And let us select a distance of 5 mm for providing these patterns, and numbers of patterns we want to be 5 numbers of patterns we want. Now we want to pattern these objects as specific bodies. You can select specific bodies. The solid objects will be selected. Let us view these things from front plane. We can make 5 numbers of patterns of these things. Let us make 5 numbers and the distance between them we can reduce a little bit. Instead of 8, we will make the distance to be 6 mm. And we can make the pattern more. Suppose 6 patterns, right? We made 6 patterns in between them and with the distance of 6 mm in between them. Green check. Patterns are made. You can see. Now these patterns to be made in an circular array. So we have to make all these patterns across the periphery of this cylindrical part. Again selecting circular pattern. Now the direction is required. For the direction you can select the cylindrical part itself, and we want to make 3 numbers of patterns of these objects what we have made just now, and that can be selected from solid bodies. We can select from here itself. First one is the fillet one and the other things are patterns already. We can select all the other patterns separately. Green check. Done. All the patterns we have made across the periphery of this cylindrical part. Next to that we have to subtract these parts from this main object, and that can be done from insert, features, and we can cut these things from our main body. So we can use combine and we can subtract these extruded parts from the main body. Main body is this one selected. Now from the main body you have to subtract the extruded parts that can be selected from the solid body. You can select the solid body from here itself. Selected. Green check. Now all the extruded part is subtracted from the main body. Okay, let us see these things. This is the radiator for this motor used in a quadrotor. Okay, let us provide some color to this one from here. This is the radiator used in a quadrotor. This radiator is actually used below the motor part of a quadrilateral, right? In this modeling, we learned a lot of things like offset extrude boss base, linear pattern, circular pattern, etc. Okay, thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe and share, and if you have any kind of doubts, please write to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.